Great TV debate, and first we have Andrea Woodman. Yes, Miss Woodman?
Thank you, Jim. TV, Out With It, by Esther Barach. Report by Andrea Woodman. This story was about people in India. Well, the whole story isn't. It tells what we should do about TV. In the beginning, it tells about people in India that threw their TVs out the window. There was a big crash. Apparently, one family started it, and the rest followed. In this book, it says that it is harmful to watch TV with lights off. It also said that Sesame Street has its share of criticism. But does it not teach kids to learn how to count and learn their ABCs? This book says that in 1952, children started jumping off roofs pretending that they were Superman. That's no lie. Maybe the TV does have a bad influence on children. I recommend this book to everyone with a TV. It may help us, and I believe that you should read it and decide for yourself if TV is wrong or right. What's the answer? The world may never know. And this next page is about my opinion about this. Television, a system of sending pictures and sounds through the air by means of electronic signals so that they can be seen and heard in other places. Adults sometimes would like to remove that vocabulary word out of the dictionary. I can understand why. The television is not a very healthy thing. Should we even have a TV? I'm hoping this report will help us think more clearly. It has been said that TVs destroy people's minds, but is it true? Sure, there is a lot of junk on TV. We almost always think about the bad things on television. For once, can't we think about the good things? For example, the news. It helps us know more things that are happening around the world. If we all stopped watching TV, thousands would lose their jobs. If we could just cut the violence out, or maybe less commercials, it might just help our country. We might not have as much violence, but then again, it might increase it. Television might not even be the problem. We don't just have to blame the TV. Commercials are just another way of making people selfish. It makes them want things they can't have. Most commercials are unnecessary, but some help us. Very few of them, though. The commercials of The More You Know may help us. They tell children to stay in school and not to use drugs. Also, many commercials tell us to wear a seatbelt and stay in school and not use drugs. Also, many commercials tell us to wear a seatbelt, and they tell us to wear a helmet on bikes. They sometimes encourage children to do what's right. Were the people in India doing the right thing? Don't you think that throwing a TV out the window is sort of violent? What can we do to help ourselves watch less TV? Does television help us? Can the television even brighten our day? How much TV should we watch? Ask yourself these questions, and remember, there's two sides to every single story.
Thank you.
And then I have a bibliography and a title page, and then I have the actual. Yeah, but I'm not done yet. Here you go. You can look down.
Are you timing her, Jim?
How much time do I have left?
2 minutes.
Okay. This right here is TV shows, and I wrote down what some things have. They have violence, and some shows are actually educational. What about WXXI? Even though I never watched that, but they have comedy. They have comedy and make people laugh. What about Jerry Seinfeld? Hilarious guy. Commercials. I wrote this down to see which one you think would be better. So, they make you want things you can't always have, which I believe that's true. And then commercials sometimes tell children to do the right thing, like The More You Know. You know, the more you know. Do 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 do. And then they have like a movie star or something on it. And then sometimes they're cute and very funny, like the Pepsi P-E-P-S-I. They want to get some P. Okay. And then I wrote an example of one of the commercials I saw on TV. And this is how it goes. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Thank you. And I wrote down good TV shows. Touched by an Angel, an early edition. And may I please have your opinion? Anybody have any opinions of good TV
Love a good
shows?
TV show.
Wall Street Week.
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
The Puzzle Place.
The Puzzle Place, she said.
I've never heard of it. Anyways,
You know, with those girls like Maria.
Okay, Vanessa, it's her time.
and anyone else?
Wall Street Week, you didn't write down.
Okay.
Mr. Rogers.
When's
Yeah,
the
it
last time
is.
you watched Mr. Rogers?
No, I just watched it the other day.
What's it called?
It was on, but then it got really boring because he was
Week.
talking about a wood.
Week.
This wood was about to be killed, but I saved
PR, Chicago. Violence.
I don't like the program. I don't watch it.
it.
It's my report.
Well, before you're done, I have some questions for you.
Very good.
No, I want.
Is this just for the house here, or do we have to do this for school? What is it?
The house.
Jim's requirement.
Oh,
Okay, now it's Vanessa's turn. We'll hold the questions till after we've both done.
Would you like the pointer? No. Was there any extra time?
No, you're on time. Okay, now Vanessa's turn.
Okay. I start?
Mm-hmm.
TV or not TV? That is the question of today. By Vanessa Woodman.
Can't believe you used up all this tape.
Television is actually an awesome piece of equipment. If everybody threw away their TV, what would happen to those who manufactured televisions? They work hard to make sure every cord is in the right spot and that the picture comes out perfect. They need to earn money to support their families. And what about the salesmen and their families? If no one ever bought a TV again, the whole American way of life would be ruined. Stores would go out of business. Families would be on the streets. America might even go bankrupt. Do you catch my drift? On the other hand, Esther Burrock has a very good point. It is a bad influence in a lot of ways. I watch TV for comedy and action. It's amusing to watch Jerry Seinfeld and wonder what hilarious word he'll say next, and to sit on the edge of the couch to see if Gary from Early Edition will save Chicago from the mind-boggling events awaiting him. There are some inappropriate shows such as 90210, The X-Files, Married with Children, and so on. I don't have an answer for that. I don't really like the idea of 2 hours a week. My opinion is we watch certain shows a day. Like we have a chart that has which show we want to watch for that day of the week under your approval. We could choose one show a day and still have time for dinner, devotion, and crafts. These are all my opinions about TV, and I'm not asking you to agree with them, but I hope you see my point.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. And
What about homework? I didn't hear homework there during the daytime.
I don't have homework. Okay. This is my report type thing. I don't know.
The other one is the finish.
Yeah. Esther Burrock was very persuasive in her article. She had a lot of facts in it. She had some good points about how between 1964 and 1968, when the first members of television generation began to come to age, the proportion of children between the ages of 10 and 18 arrested as users of dangerous drugs doubled. So TV probably has an influence on them. And that issue, I also like the part about TV and hyperactivity because that's a good reason to keep your TV is so your kids don't go wild. The overall article was very good.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I'm not done yet.
Okay. 30 seconds.
That's all I have left?
Yeah.
All right, 2 minutes.
Okay.
What's this?
Visual.
Don't forget Grandma can't see the pictures.
I can see from here.
Okay. In a small village in Vermont lived two siblings named Maria and Jack. Jack spent his time watching TV, while Maria studied, prayed, sang, and did lots of neat crafts. When Jack got into his teen years, he joined a gang and became very violent. At age 19, he was shot to death.
Wait, nobody saw that.
Hold still.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Okay. That's certainly encouraging.
Maria got over it and became a principal. She married a lawyer and they had two kids, Tina and Tom. They raised their kids in a Christian manner and lived happily ever after.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which would you rather be? It's not a trick question, but if you spend all your time watching TV, chances are you won't live a prosperous life. Choice is yours. I have one more thing.
You got one more?
Yeah, one more thing.
Is it an intermission?
No, this is the commercial break.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the advertisement of the day. Don't trash it, fix it. Call 1-800-222-VCRX. And now let's take a look into our future.
We'll just turn around.
Oh dear Daddy Jimbo, what have you done to the 100-acre woods? We brought joy to the kids' hearts. Please take us back, please.
And that's the TV verse.
That's the TV? Okay. Very good.
We broke the TV and now we can't watch